Hi guys, thanks for joining me almost live from Putnam Valley, New York. I'm in quarantine and I think I'm not working with clients for a little while, so thank you for supporting me in this blow dry tutorial. If you want to learn how to do anything else while you're at home, you need to cut some bangs, as I may have to do. I will show you. If you need to cut your boyfriend's mustache, beard, neck situation, I got you. It's kind of a last resort situation, so no worries there. I'm gonna show you my setup real quick. I can't flip the camera, so it's gonna be a little weird. Boom, boom, boom. Chili's vomiting in the background. So this is my blow dryer, Bioionic. It's hella expensive. You don't really need to use it. I could give you some recommendations for some decent blow dryers, but this is like my heavy duty, everyday, in and out thing. I'm gonna be using this round brush. It's Olivia Garden Nanothermic Ceramic. I love this because this little thing comes off. It's really awesome for sectioning, which I will be doing a lot of. You gotta section. This is one of my favorite brushes. It's a boar bristle brush. I hope no boars were harmed in the making of this brush, but I cannot guarantee it. I will look into it. Another hairstylist from the West Coast created these brushes, and I just love her, and I love these brushes so much. So this one's also a little expensive. I'm a hairstylist, what can I say? You can get a bootleg one that's obviously been a little abused at what was Ricky's. I don't know where the hell you're gonna get this anymore because Ricky's no longer exists. So we'll talk about that. I'll answer your questions if you have any. My combs, they're these Japanese combs. This brand called YS Park. Also stupid expensive, but get a comb, important. Also from the same brand as this, YS Park clips, you gotta get some clips. It's very important. You can't blow dry your hair unless your hair is properly sectioned. There's no way around it. So I have some heavy duty ones. It's really good if you got really thick hair. This will hold the whole jam up. And it's really good if you're like washing your face at home and you need to get everything off of your face. So you want to use a big old clip like that. All right, so I'm gonna start with bangs. Not everyone has them, but if you have micro bangs, fringe, or even sweeping length right around here, you can use this trick. So I'm going to use my lovely spritzer. This is very strange. Oh, another product that I super love, also by another hairstylist who happens to live and work down the street from my work on Bowery. Okay, I'm dripping everywhere. I'm just going to use it. It's a hair tonic with like Palo Santo and clove and orange, and in a pinch I've been using it as a sanitizer, so that's cool. Blow dryer is going to be on. I don't know if you'll hear me, but I'm going to go back and forth from corner to corner till I get a lot of really nice shine. I'm going to use a small tooth of the comb. I also don't have a mirror in front of me, so we'll see what happens. So I'm kind of directing the airflow so that I get a nice shine. So you want to continue doing this till the hair is perfectly dry. You can see there's a lot of shine going on right now, which is good. My face is totally wet. So I'm gonna take this section. I wear my hair kind of sweeping off to the side at the moment, so I'm going in like that. Don't be afraid to use your hands as a tool. They're really important. Okay, that seems fine. When your hair is damp, when you get out of the shower, what you want to do is apply your product pretty much right away. One of my favorites, I have like a ton of thick, wiry, dewy hair. I'm going to use Olaplex. My hair is not wet, obviously. It would be a 2-hour video if that were the case. But my hair loves product, so I'm going to put a little bit in. It's Olaplex number 6. Big fan of Olaplex, especially if you have really dry, damaged, blonde, over-processed, or just like my kind of hair. I like to scrunch it in. So let's imagine my hair is super wet. I'm using a microfiber towel. I can give you some suggestions on that as well. A microfiber towel is going to pull out all of the water from your hair while leaving your hair less frizzy, I guess. You can use a t-shirt if you'd like, but I find that microfiber towels are kind of a godsend for those of us with curly, frizzy, thick, difficult hair. So I would leave this in my hair for about 30 minutes till it's pretty much like, till it's not dripping. Then I would rough dry my hair, and I'll show you how to rough dry your hair properly. I'm gonna start at the crown if you want some height. I always start at the root because that hair is the newest hair, it's the healthiest hair. It actually takes the longest to dry. So I don't really mess with the ends till the very end. So as long as you don't have curly hair, this is a great way to just get all the water out of your hair. Just rough dry until your hair is like 85% dry. Curly haired people have like a whole other set of blow drying that I'm not going to go into unless it's requested. How's that coffee coming along? Okay, so I've rough dried till my hair is about 85% dry. Just by rough drying in the opposite direction that my hair naturally grows, I'm gonna give myself so much volume, if that's something you want. If you don't want volume, then obviously just kind of what I did with the bangs, just kind of smooth it out, smooth it out. I'll show you how to do that actually. And I would use a boar bristle brush actually for that. Boom. Okay. So your hair is rough dried. It's almost completely dry. Let's get into some round brushing. So what I like to do is section out the mohawk section right in through here. If you part your hair here, that section will be here. If you part your hair here normally, that section will be here. Obviously, I have a little bit of a face frame, so ignore. Lane has come to save the day with some coffee. All right, so I'm doing the mohawk section. See, I have some short layers, so they're gonna pop up. That's okay. The mohawk section should come up a little bit further than your crown. So you know where you have that little whirlwind, it kind of looks like a thumbprint, but it's on your head. I'll do that. Cool. Then I like to do what I call like halo sections. Honestly, you don't have to go nuts like I would do in the salon. So I have boom, the bottom, the middle, and then mohawk. These are like the three most important sections of your blow dry. I'm gonna use this chunker because I just put up a lot of hair. All right, cool. I'm gonna start with the front. See, very important. I'm gonna detangle the hair a little bit just to get started. Ooh, very important. I want you to practice spinning your brush in your hand. It doesn't come naturally. When I first started doing hair, I had really, really short pixie hair length. Didn't know how to style hair, never did. Basically had short hair since I was 14. And when I started learning how to blow dry and assist my stylist that I worked for, I had to learn how to blow dry from scratch. If I could do it, all y'all, all four of you can do this. But what you can do is just kind of like practice, just rolling it in your hands. This is honestly the hardest part of your blow drying skills. Boom, boom, you got this. All right. So, I keep interrupting myself. This nozzle, you have to have a nozzle. You need to have a nozzle on your blow dryer. If you don't, what are you doing with your life? This is what I use to direct the airflow. If the airflow isn't going exactly down the hair shaft, your hair is gonna be frizzy and crazy. That's what's gonna happen. When you are blow drying yourself, I'd recommend, especially if you're using a round brush, I would recommend making sure that your hair is mostly dry because sometimes the brushes get stuck in the hair if it's too wet. So just something I learned when I was an assistant, no big deal. All right. Rolling it down, rolling it. I have a lot of layers, so the hair is not gonna exactly cooperate all that much around my face. I'm kind of using my brush kind of the way that you'd use a curling iron. So it's kind of heating it up. It's adding some texture. I'm gonna do it one more time. I usually go over the hair a few times till it's dry, usually starting at the roots, working my way down. And again, this is where the rolling aspect is super important. You kind of want to get your fingers really mobile. Cool. I like to roll away from the face, not towards the face. I just like it better. All right, and do this little section, it's not quite the fringe, but it's not quite the length of the hair. Cool, cool. So that's that side. This side's looking a mess, so I'm gonna try and get in there. You know what I'm gonna do? Section. Detangle it. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Just a little smoother. Want a little more bend in there. Wrap the hair around the brush. And again, I'm just kind of using the blow dryer to heat up the brush so that I could create a nice little wave. Again, it's very similar to using a curling iron. That looks a little weird, but it's okay. So I'm gonna take this back section right in through here. My hair is super knotty. I should have probably detangled it a little bit before I started. Oh well. When you are detangling your hair, you definitely want to start from the bottom and then work your way up. Otherwise, you're just going to create more knots in your hair. So you want to be gentle, be kind to your hair. This section, I feel like I could fit in this brush. Yeah, so I'm going to wrap it around. Roll it up. Start rolling the hair off the brush. Detangle. Doesn't hurt. Okay. I'm gonna skip the center section because it's basically the same thing as the bottom. Also, I like my hair to be a little weird and crazy, so that's the thing too. You don't have to blow dry all of it. You can hand dry, you can rough dry, scrunch it a little bit. It doesn't have to be all uniform, you know? I don't like the way that looks exactly. So I'm gonna mention this section because I think this is like the most important. This is like the most important part of your blow dry. This is where you get that height, this is where you get the volume, just kind of like polishes everything. So if I didn't have bangs basically, this section would continue all the way up front and I would use the exact same technique. So I'm gonna start with the back just because our arms get a little more tired as we do this top section. So detangle. So I'm actually gonna section it this way. I'm gonna bring the hair as I blow dry forward and roll it back. Kind of like the old school roller sets, if that makes sense. I can explain this further if this doesn't make sense for anyone. All right, so detangle. Got root, front and back, boom. I let it kind of cool off on the brush a little bit. The heat makes the hair more malleable. The cold air, or allowing it to cool, lets it kind of freeze in place. So then I roll it off the brush. So bam, look how much volume that has. Again, I don't have a mirror in front of me, so if this looks I'm sorry. Deal with it. All right. Rolling it back, hitting it from the front and back. All right, cool. That should be good. You might want to do that a couple more times if your hair is wet. Letting it cool a little bit, and now rolling off the brush. All right, I don't know what's hot, I can't see. All right, now I'm gonna do my final section. All right. It's a lot of volume. It's a lot of volume for this hair. I just got my hair cut the other day, so there's like a ton of layers, which I'm super into. This I would have to adjust, but normally your hair would settle down a little bit. I think that's basically it as far as the fundamentals of blow drying. Hi, Chili. If anyone has any questions, I'm not exactly sure how to end this video other than please send me any feedback, or if you're interested in any other tutorials. Like I said, I'm probably gonna need to cut my bangs soon, so if y'all are taking this self-quarantining things seriously, which we all should, let me know, and I could show you how to do whatever you need to do at home with the right tools. I could set up like a little bit of an Amazon list, so you can purchase whatever you need in order to make your hair look beautiful during this ridiculous time that we're living in. All right, Venmo me if you haven't. That would be really cool. Gabrielle-Fishman, and send to whoever is interested. I'm happy to share information and work while I'm not in the salon. Thanks.